Ultimate Bitcoin strategy just got better, so let's get straight to it. Hey trader devs, I hope you're all going extremely well. Welcome back to my channel where I go through YouTube and the web to find the best trading strategies, which I then code to debunk the bad ones and find the good ones. Okay, today we're going to be looking back at a strategy that I developed a long time ago, well, not that long ago, a couple of weeks ago, which was based on a strategy that I found by Joel on crypto. You can find his channel here. The strategy was for scalping Bitcoin mainly and other cryptos using EMAs and the MACD. So for those of you who are part of the Discord group, you know that I'm currently updating all of my strategies to be part of PineScript 5 and also to add more functionality to them. Whilst I was doing that, I actually come across a couple of settings that help to improve this strategy, which I'm going to be sharing with you today. I've also had a number of requests to show you how to connect the trading strategies to Wonderbit or to ByBit. So that they can be used as bots. So we're going to be also looking at that today. So I guess the best thing to do is get straight over to my computer and get on with it. If I could just ask for 2 seconds of your time before I go to my computer, if you could give me a big thumbs up for the video, it would be much appreciated. It helps to get my video out to people that don't know about these trading strategies. You can also join me on our Patreon page where you can get access to all of my indicators, but I also give as much as I possibly can away for free, which you can find on TradingView. Just type David Tech. Okay, let's get over to my computer now. Okay, here I am on my computer, as always giving credit to where credit is due. This is the original strategy owner, which is Joel on crypto. Joel is a fantastic YouTuber, has some great videos if you're interested in crypto and scalping strategies. I seriously suggest going to subscribe to his channel as well. Right, okay, first things first, we're going to go over to our trading view here. So we have our trading view platform where I'm going to explain the strategy. I'm going to show you the strategy that I've actually coded, which I coded in the video before. I'm going to show you what I've improved on it and the win rate, and also how to connect it to bots. I know that seems a lot, but we're going to do it as quick as we possibly can, and as clear as possible, so it's easy to understand. Right. Joel's strategy was configured with two EMAs, which are EMA 50 and 200. If you don't know how to add them, you literally press the F button up here and you write EMAs. You scroll down and it will say moving averages exponential here. You add that twice, and then we're going to also add a MACD. Now the MACD was set on different settings. It's on a lower time frame. I'm going to be using it on the 5 minute as I'm on the 15-minute time frame on BTC. Also, one other thing is I'm going to be removing the MACD and the signal lines because all I'm interested in is in the histogram. Right, so Joel's strategy is pretty simple. All we're doing is looking for pullbacks in the MACD when we're in a trend. So the trend is identified by the green line, which is the 50 above the 200, which means we're in an uptrend. So when we're in an uptrend, we're taking longs. So we're waiting for the MACD to go into the red, and we're looking for the higher candles, above average candles here. For instance, if we were getting in at this point, we were over, the green would be over the red, and we're waiting for this red area to either start coming back down or looking for a higher candle than average. So this would have been a great entry. He would have come along here and entered about here. So, and then he would have put a 0.7 take profit and a 0.7 stop loss. Okay, now that is the only difference between me and his strategy. I actually prefer this would have actually been a winner, but I actually prefer more of a 1% to 1.5% take profit and stop loss because of ByBit's fees when we're limiting, and as I'm using bots, I'm actually market ordering, so the fees are slightly higher. Okay, so I'm going to remove that. And then for a short position, it's absolutely and totally in the opposite direction. We're looking for the green line, which is the 50, to be under the 200 red line, and we're waiting for the MACD to come up in the green. So we'd go in here somewhere. Over here we were looking for the top of the MACD here, which we obviously can't predict, but we're looking for a higher than average candle. We'll get in here. Oh, that's a long. I need to put a short in, sorry about that. Right, short position, and it would be around there. And we'll put a 0.7 to a 0.7. There we go. I think that would have been actually a loss. Yes, it would have actually been stopped out, that one. Was I in the right area? No, I'm not where I should be. I should be there, and that should be a 0.7. So that actually would have been a win. Okay, only just though. Right, anyway, so that is Joel's strategy. He also mixes in a bit of RSI and sometimes all of the trade order books to see if we're in a bullish trend or a bearish trend. He also limits the number of trades to around 5 between each crossover. So here we would have had a crossover and there wouldn't be more than 5 trades until the next crossover. Okay, so I actually took this strategy and I coded it in one of the videos that you saw before, called the Ultimate Scalper. You can find the link above in the cards or down in the description. And now I've actually improved on that, and that's what I want to be sharing with you today. So if I go over here and activate, I'm going to remove all of these lines here and activate the Ultimate Scalper 1.2. And it's going to add the EMAs, as you can see, and automatically adding your take profits and stop losses, etc. Now, the only difference that you can see on here is that my stop loss is slightly bigger and my take profits is slightly bigger. If we go into the settings over here, you can go over and you can see that my stop loss is at 1.6 and my take profit is at 1.4. I've also added some more information down here for things like ATR stop losses, but when I'm connecting these strategies to bots and not using them manually, I actually prefer myself to use a percentage of stop loss or take profit. The reason is that you can actually see in the future how much you would lose and or win. Problem with ATRs is that if the market is dumping, there's a lot of market movement. The ATR stop loss could be absolutely huge, or the take profit could be huge as well, and stopping into future trades or even losing a bigger percentage of money. Also, when you're in leverage trading, you don't want too big a stop loss, because the problem is that you'd have to take your leverage down. So this is just over 1%, which is absolutely perfect for about 20%, 20x leverage. So I'm going to go back to my computer. I'm going to explain to you all of the settings inside the settings panel very quickly, and then I'll show you how to set up with ByBit the bots. Okay, let's get over to my computer. Right, here we are back at the computer. Right, I'm just going to very quickly go through the settings. I do have a couple of videos on my Patreon page about the settings. There's also something called an optimizer bot, which help you to find the perfect stop loss and take profit, which will be launched Friday this week. Okay, so for me, what I've done is I've actually put a 1.6 and a 1.4 percentage. Now that has actually given me a 72.28% profitable, and also given me a 59% net profit. Now I'm going to be using that on leverage, so it will not be the same as that, but we'll look at other tools for leverage in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to go down. You could actually do a 1.5 and a 1.5 here, and 1.5 there as well. But that will give you a 66, I believe, or a 67% win rate, if I remember rightly, 67. So that still works on Joel's actual settings, because he's looking for a 66% win rate. So if you prefer to have a RR of 1.1, that is the correct settings. Right, I'm going to put this back to the settings I had earlier. 25. Okay. Now, right. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go all the way down here. And then I'm going to be looking at, I'm going to ignore all of this. This is just your ATR if you prefer to use an ATR stop loss, or that reduces as the price goes up. You have a trading stop, or you can maximize your risk drawback. All of that just so that you are minimizing the amount of risk. You can also add multiple take profits, but as it's a very small profit of 1.5%, I haven't activated that. I've deactivated repainting, which is quite important. You're allowed, you have things like reversal trades, so if everything reverses, you can get out of the trade. We're going to be using the moving averages. Today I'm going to be using 50 and 200, but I suggest that you explore the other moving averages because some of them work out quite well. For instance, the double EMA can give you good results on different numbers here. Currently it's at 60, but it's also giving you more trades. So if you actually play around with the settings, you might come up with a better number. Right, I'm going to go back to the EMAs myself. Right, this is where the MACD is configured. Now the MACD is obviously looking for pullbacks in the MACD, so we're going to be on the 5 minute instead of the 15 minute. Everything is default. You can actually play with the settings here and it will show you different configurations here. If you take this up, I know that it'll give you better win rates and less trades. Okay, so if I keep going down here, right, here we're using the MACD EMA. Now this wasn't explained in the last video because it's new. The idea is that Joel actually has a sort of a overbought and oversold line. He imaginally draws on the MACD. That is minus 15 and 15 for this one, but what I've actually done here is used a dynamic EMA that checks on the last 400 candles and draws that line for us. Now if you want to do it manually, that actually does give better results, you can, but I like the Autobot because you can actually convert this across over to things like Ethereum, Sushi, XRP and BNB, etc. So that is the EMA for the MACD. If you go down, you can maximize your number of trades in each product, in each direction. And then the last thing that I've actually added, even though you can add things like the RSI and the MFI, there's loads of extra settings here, but I'm just going to go back up here. And I'm going to show you the enable ADX. We're going to go here and go ADX. We don't have to do this, but I'm just showing you how it works. The average directional index, we click here. And that's going to give us this red line indicator here. Now the idea is we have a ADX of 30. So anything below the 30 we consider as a flat market where nothing is happening. And we just get in just above the 30 here, just as Bitcoin pumps. So it's a great way of not getting into a trade when the market is in consolidation. Okay, it won't tell you when to sell or to buy, it just tells you that the market is in trend. Okay, so I'm going to remove that, and my settings for that would be, oops, very quickly back to the cog here. Right, my settings for the ADX would be above the line 30, 12 for smoothing, and 14 for the DI length. So that's the number of length back. Okay, that's fantastic. So we have a 74% win rate, almost 100 trades, 67% now of net profit, and we have a 2.2 profit factor. If I go over here, we can see that we're maximum wins in a row was 14 and maximum losses was 3, and our equity curve here is quite good at going in the right direction. Our pullback is hardly even seeable, which is quite small, 8% maximum. So that's great, that's exactly what I wanted. Now for a little bit more confluence, I always check my strategies on winrate.io, which is another website which is created by Joel. This isn't sponsored by Joel, it's just that he has some great tools, so I'm going to be using that to see what kind of leverage that I should be using for my bots. Okay, so let's have a very quick look at that, and then we'll start connecting our bots to ByBit. Right, let's go. Right, here we are back at my computer. Okay, the idea is we're going to be looking at this website called winrate.io. We're going to be using the ByBit as the exchange, and I'm just going to fill out all of these very quickly to test the strategy. Okay, so we have a 1.6 and a 1.4 stop loss to profit. Okay, let's go have a look. Okay, so profit is 1.4 and stop loss is 1.6. We have a 74% win rate. If I had $1,000 starting balance and we did 100 trades roughly, and we put it on 20x leverage, I also need to change this to market order here, and then I click run strategy. As you can see, With 100 trades, we would have earned $48,500. Now, if you click a couple of times just to make sure it never ends up going in the red, and we have a consistent sort of pattern in the numbers so that we can work out how much roughly we could have made. And this is all effective and not in the slightest real. You just need to test it with as much confidence as possible to give us an idea. Now, press that a couple of times to make sure. I will also take up the leverage to see if it makes any difference, higher or lower. As you can see, as I take it up to 25, it could be 50,000 or it could be 36, which was the lowest I just saw. But I'm going to very quickly go through all of my stop losses, change them about, and I'll come back to you in a second. Okay, here I am back. Right, I've decided to use the current settings, which is 73% win rate. As you can see here, 73.2 win rate. I'm going to be using a take profit of 1.5 and a stop loss of 1.7. We're going to be using 25x leverage on 100 trades on ByBit with market orders. Okay, so the next step that I'm going to be doing is connecting this bot to ByBit. ByBit is very much like 3Commas. If you know it, it is an API that connects your TradingView strategies to your exchange. Now I use ByBit because you can use your USDT on leverage using ByBit, which you can't do on 3Commas at the moment. So if you'd like to subscribe to ByBit, please use the links down in the description. It'll give a kickback to the channel for you and for me. So fantastic. Right, let's get over to a computer and we'll see how we connect that. Okay, so the idea is that we're going to need an account, like I said, on ByBit Trading, which is www.byBit.co. I already have an account, so I'm not going to show you how to sign up. It's pretty simple. Sign up with your email, etc. First thing you need to do is add your exchange. I'm going to be using ByBit, so you go here and add your exchange. And then we're going to be adding a bot. I'm not going to show you how to add the exchange. There is some videos already on there to show you how to add your exchange. It's pretty simple. I'm just going to show you how to connect your bot. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be adding our alert system from here, which is the settings of Ultimate Scalper. Now this works on all of the trading strategies by David Tech. So we're going to go down here and we're going to use the strategy alerts. We're going to check the check button here, and it's going to give us the options to add our APIs here. Now to make the APIs, we have to go to the bots section here and press add new bot. We're going to fill out the information, so we're going to give it a name. This is going to be a BTC bot. We're going to give the description that I don't actually need, so that's fine. ByBit is going to be my API. We need to put the time frame. We're going to be on a 15-minute time frame. We need our pair, which is BTC USDT. Make sure you do USDT and not USD if you're using USDT. We're going to be a market order. Portfolio side, I'm going to put a fixed amount of $100. Remember, you'll be losing 1.5% times the X in leverage of that $100. We're going to be using, I believe it was a 25x leverage. Let me come back here and have a very quick look. Leverage was 25x. Multiple entries, nope. Swing trade, nope. Take profit, 1, yes. Okay, so we're going to be taking 100% at 1.5%. Now the bot from TradingView will actually take care of this as well, but it's just a safe way to do it as well. We're going to add a stop loss of 1.7. So that means that not only will TradingView take care of your stop loss and your take profit, but ByBit will as well, so it's a bit safer. Okay, we're going to press create this strategy here, but first thing we need to scroll up here and get all of this information here. Now, this is our APIs for the ByBit. First thing we need to do is the enter long. So we click on this nice blue icon here, which is going to copy it for us. And we're going to paste it into the API enter long here. And we're going to do the same for the exit long, which we actually don't really need because ByBit will be looking after it, but it's safer too. We're going to do enter short here. and we're going to go and enter exit short. Okay, fantastic. And then we're going to go over to the webhook URL, which is the URL. We're going to copy that for later. Okay, right now we press OK. Now that means that the alerts configuration is done. Now what we need to do is add alerts to TradingView. And to do this, we literally go across over to the right hand side of the screen, and you'll see a little clock in the corner with an alerts put out. We go up to the top, it says a number of alerts that we've had, and we click the alerts clock with the plus sign up here. Right, the first thing we need to do is go from the conditions. Now it's going to be our ultimate scraper 1.0. Go back and we're going to go here and we're going to go to ultimate scraper, and that's going to give us the current options. Now I leave it on this. Sometimes some people say that it actually alerts twice. It doesn't matter on ByBit, but if you don't want that, you can either choose alerts here. So order fields and alerts function call. Now we go to the webhook URL here and we check that button, and we add the URL that we just copied from ByBit. Now make sure it's complete. We give it a name. So this is a BTC Ultimate Super Scalper, that'll do. And we just literally empty this message here. We press create, and that's all done. Once that you'll see it up here in white, your Super Scalper alert ready. If you want to turn it off, you just press the pause button there, and we go back to ByBit and we save, create bot. As you can see, the bot is now ready to run. On ByBit, you might want to check that your position of the 25x is set as default. That way, if there's any problems with ByBit setting the leverage, you're covered on ByBit side as well. That's the only problem I've actually ever had with ByBit. Right, okay, so now what will happen is that will run in the background, and eventually you end up with an alert that pops up on your screen, which will automatically activate the bots for buying. It will also take profit at 1.5% and stop loss at 1.7%. So that is how I connect all of my trading strategies to ByBit. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it's answered many questions, because I know that it's quite hard to understand things as we go along and build new strategies. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to give a big thumbs up and subscribe for future videos. I'm going to be doing a video on 3 commas at the end of this week. I've also got new trading strategies coming out all the time, so don't forget to subscribe. And I wish you a happy Wednesday. I wish you a happy Wednesday, and I'll see you on Friday. Have a good day. Goodbye. Keep coding and keep safe, guys. Goodbye.